microsporogenesis, and we discussed about the pollen grain. Okay, so just read a quick view, because today we start with the new point, that is a pollen grain. Got it? So just read the microsporogenesis process, how that microspore mother cell is converted into pollen. Okay. We'll start within 1 minute. Yeah, okay. And check your mic, okay? Frequently you are on your mic. Please mute. Please mute. Huh? Please check your mic. Okay, done? Okay, fine. So last class we already started with the point, that is what is meaning of the microsporogenesis, how that microspore is converted into tetrad column, and that tetrad column after the degradation of the layer, that is callose layer. Sound is clear? Sound is clear? Can you hear me clearly? Please text me. Okay, okay, Vedant. Okay, just 1 second.
I'll text my text.
Okay, fine, fine. Sure. So we'll continue with the next part.
Well, Vasco Page can attend this class.
So can you please text me, because your sound is breaking. I just heard about the Vasco. Please text
Ma'am,
me.
is this lecture for Porvorim batch?
No, it's lecture for the Madgaon branch, because I scheduled for the Madgaon branch, right? Is it? Porvorim branch?
Okay, ma'am.
You can join, yeah, you can join the another meeting. Ma'am Mitali will take that, okay? Yeah.
So, ma'am, Vasco batch shouldn't pass.
I don't know, dear, about the Vasco branch, because I'm the faculty for the Madgaon. Can you please just give me just 1 minute, okay? I'll tell you. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just ask with the confirm with the sir and I'll tell you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, students, Vasco branch students also, you should attend the same meeting. That is a Madgaon branch. Okay? Okay, Saili. Saili, your mic is on, Baba. ठीक है. So we'll continue. Is it any doubt related to class? These are the class for the Madgaon branch and the Vasco branch student. Poruna branch students, please join the another meeting. Clear, everyone? Clear this part? Say something.
Porurium students also have this.
No, Baba, I just said Porurium branch students, please join the another meeting. Ma'am Mitali scheduled that meeting. You have to join that another meeting. These are the class for the student Vasco branch and the Madgaon branch. Porurium branch students, there will be another meeting, same botany class, but another ma'am will be take that class. Clear?
Ma'am, but for us nothing is scheduled. Like,
can you contact with the office, because I don't know why it is not scheduled. Can you please contact? Yes, Kaden, you can try there. You will get notification related to that meeting. You should get that.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Baba. Tell me what happened.
Ma'am, even maths class is scheduled.
Yes, see, it's depend upon the if you have which class. If you have the PCB, you have to conduct there. If you have the maths, then you have to conduct another class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo. Doubt is clear. Should I continue? Because classes are there. You are from the PCMB. You are from PCMB group. Chalo. So quickly we are revising. Last class we already started with the process microsporogenesis, where microspore mother cell they converted into microspore. We already discussed about the two types of the cytokinesis. Number one, that is successive. Another one, that is a simultaneous. Right? Even we discussed.
Ma'am, I'm new to the class. Today is my first class.
Okay, dear, no problem. Chirang, just tell her कि कितने pages लगता है. Means how many pages you have to left. Just text in team. How many pages? Don't worry, I think these are the second or third class. So not too much portion is completed because we are now keeping a very slow speed. Okay. So last class we already started with the what is meaning of the anther, what is meaning of the microsporophyll, and how that pollen will get developed. Arya, it's back to back 9 pages or one as a one means completely entirely as 9 pages. Front back 1 page or front one back 2 like this. So next point, write down, we are talking about pollen. More specifically, pollen grain. If you are new students, don't worry. We are keeping very slow speed and okay, front one. Okay, fine. So total 9 pages. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means you have to just count total 9 pages. So just left those pages and you can start the new point. So we are talking about the pollen grain. So can you tell me what is the ploidy of pollen grain? What's the ploidy of pollen grain? Anyone? diploidy of pollen grain? Yes, Isha, these are the haploid. And how we represent haploid? Haploid simply we represented by letter that is a small n. So pollen grain, it's a haploid in nature. Okay? One question you will get in assignment. Study of pollen. Study of pollen, it's called as study of pollen. It's called as palynology. One question you will get in assignment. The study of pollen, it is called as palynology. So we are talking about few points, some characteristic features with respect to pollen. What is a pollen? So it's very important. 4 points are there and 4 points are very, very important. Number 1, pollen basically they are spherical shape. Pollen, it has the unique shape. That shape it is called as the wish shape. That is a spherical shape. First point. Another one, diameter of pollen. Diameter of pollen, or you can say simply pollen grain, that is 25 to 50 mu m, that is micrometer. Important. 2000, I think 2019, there's one question from the NEET point of view. So one question already asked for the NEET. What is the size of pollen, or what is the diameter of that pollen? So pollen, it is vary from 25 to 50 mu m. Mu m is what? Micrometer. Mu m. So one question already asked. Another one. What is the color of pollen? Do you know? I hope हमने last class discuss किया था. What is the color of pollen? What is the color of pollen? Yellow color. Yes, Isha. So pollen basically it has which color? That is a yellow color. And I hope you remember this yellow color due to carotenoid, because pollen, inside the pollen, carotenoid material is present. And due to that carotenoid, that pollen obtain which color? That is a yellow color. Okay? Another one. Next, 4 point. Pollen used as a reserved food material. Pollen used as a reserved food material. Reserved food material, right? So what is meaning of the reserved food material? Actually, 2 ways. When you talk about a concept that is a reserved food material, that time, number 1, that is pollen you can use as a food supplement. First one, first use, you can use as a food supplement. Directly you can consume. Food supplement. And the another one, reserved food material means what? In some cases, whatever the pollen grains are there, pollen grain, it is used as a food material to increase the performance in during the athletes, for the race horse. So second point, it will be increased. So I'm using the symbol arrow forward and SED. It is symbol for what? It is symbol for the increased. New students, please remember. ठीक है? If we want to write down increase, तो हम shortcut में ऐसे लिखते हैं. That is increased, right? So it is increased performance of athletes and racehorse. So it can increase their performance, it can increase their stamina. So pollen grain you can use as a reserved food material, you can use directly as a food supplement, or you can use to increase the performance, to increase the stamina in athletes as well as the race horses. So please underline the word athletes and the race horses. Got it? Okay? Now, last point with respect to pollen. Now, when we are talking about the pollen, last class we already discussed pollen, it has the 2 wall. One is exine, which is the outer wall, another one is the intine. Intine means what? There is an inner wall, right? So we are writing the same point. In this, the last point, pollen grain wall. So we are talking about specifically, basically, pollen grain wall is stratified. What is meaning of this stratified? So pollen grain wall, basically these are the stratified wall. So why we are using this stratified? And such stratified wall is called as sporoderm. It is called as sporoderm. I hope you remember. Derm means what? When you talk about the epiderm, endoderm, what is meaning of the derm? In zoology concept, what is meaning of the derm? DERM. What is meaning of the derm? That is layer, yes. So that is a layer, or you can say that is a wall. That is a epiderm, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. So these are the all layers, right? Similarly, when you are talking about the sporoderm means what? Wall of pollen. What is meaning of this sporoderm? Simply we are talking about there is a pollen wall, pollen grain wall. Simply it is called as sporoderm. Remember one thing, when you give the options, that time sometime they are using the word spermodum. Please write down this word in margin, in your notebook margin. Where you are talking about a new word, that is a spermodum. They create a confusion. Remember this thing. एक word होगा sporodum. Sporodum is what? Pollen wall. To create a confusion, they give the another word in option, that is a spermodum. Spermodum means what? Seed coat. Remember, what is meaning of this spermodum? Seed coat. It is also called as the spermodome. So please don't get confused what is meaning of this sporoderm and spermoderm. Spermoderm means seed coat. Sporoderm means pollen wall. To create confusion, in option definitely spermoderm should be there. But meanings they are totally different. Write down this information, that is a seed coat in notebook margin. It's not part of pollen. It's a something, one option which is definitely mentioned in your options. ठीक है? तो अगर क्वेश्चन होगा pollen wall basically it is a stratified because they divide into two parts, and that pollen wall specifically it is called as sporoderm. Got it? Any doubt from this 4.4 to 5 lines? Pollen, spherical shape, diameter 25 to 50 mm, color yellow color due to carotenoid. Pollen you can use as a reserved food material to increase the performance, to increase the stamina in athletes and the race horses. Another one, pollen wall, it is called as the sporoderm, and that sporoderm basically is a stratified. Okay? So we are talking about how these are the stratified layers. Should I continue? Next point. Okay, Isha, Eva. There are. So next point we are talking about, that is a sporoderm, that is a pollen wall. They divide into two types. This sporoderm called as pollen wall. Such pollen wall, it is divided into two types. Divide your page into two sections. First, we are talking about there is an outer wall or outer layer, and that outer layer also called as exine layer. Right? Outer layers these are called as the exine layer. Now another part, that is the inner layer or inner wall, and that inner wall also called as layer, that is exine and the exine. So we are talking about one question. Last class we already discussed, that is that outer wall, or you can say that is exine. These are the made up of which material? It is made up of which material? Anyone? Exine, it is made up by which material? Hard material, which is not easy to degrade. Yes, Saloni. Sporopollenin. The name of the material? Sporopollenin material. Right? And similarly, when you compare this point with the intine basically they made up by. It's made up by materials, number one, cellulose, as well as pectin. So inner wall flexibility, it provides tensile strength for pollen tube growth. So we'll see that part when you talk about the pollen tube. So when you talk about, you know very well that pollen tube, they are showing growth towards the embryo sac, towards the ovary, towards the female reproductive structure. So how it is possible? How that pollen tube they are showing elongation in the growth? It's due to intine layer, because inside the intine material present hoga, that is a pectin, and now that pectin facilities provide flexibility as well as it is provide tensile strength, provide tensile strength to pollen tube growth, for pollen tube, for pollen tube growth. But one question: who provides flexibility? Which layer it is play very important role for pollen tube growth? So remember, intine layer. Why intine layer? Because of the material of the pectin. Pectin basically it's flexible. They provide the tensile strength, and that's why this intine layer, more specifically, we'll see that part. That intine layer, they are responsible for formation of the pollen tube due to pectin material. Okay, Eva. Acha. Okay, Eva. Got it. I checked. Why? Sachin, can you hear me clearly? Is there any problem, Vedant? Acha, voice is low. I can't do anything. Can't do anything. Just check. I'll on my mobile mic. Let's see how this works. Just one minute, okay? Now it's better. Now it's better. It's better sound. Soumya. Okay, Isha. Now you clear? Sound is clear, right? Okay, good. Chalo. So back to pavilion. We'll continue the part that is a pollen. So important question. Which layer is responsible for pollen tube formation? Intine layer. That is the inner layer or inner wall of pollen. Why? Because intine it is having the cellulose and the pectin, and most important due to pectin, it's provide flexibility, it's provide the tensile strength for the pollen tube growth. Now next point. When you talk about this sporopollenin, I hope you remember sporopollenin, it is not degraded by any enzyme. They are having resistance activity to high temperature, even high alkali, high acidic condition, it is not degraded the material sporopollenin. So that's why on the basis of that we are talking about that outer layer or the exine layer, these are the hard, as well as this layer is thick, right? And we are talking about next point, they are having, there is a presence of protein. So protein present for compatible reaction. Protein they are present for compatible reaction. So I think in last day someone asked me question where the proteins are present. So remember, I hope हमने देखा था ना, there is a hay fever. Some people they are having allergic with the pollen grains, right? And why they are having allergy? Because due to that protein. So whatever the proteins they are present, the protein they are present toward the outer side. Outer side means they are part of the exine. Definitely sporopollenin they are dominant, but at the some places also some amount of the protein present, and that protein responsible for the allergic reaction, and that protein it is also responsible for compatibility. What is meaning of the compatibility? Species interaction. Before fertilization, pollen grain, when they attach to the stigma of the flower, that time they just check, is this same species or the different species, right? So we'll see that part when you talk about the pollen pistil interaction. But right now, before fertilization, before the pollen tube entry or the pollen tube growth, two species, they should be interact with each other, and for that interaction, that protein play very important role, and that protein, it is a part of exine layer. That exine layer nothing but these are the outer wall. Got it? So we are talking about, that is a compatibility. Compatibility reaction means what? That is a pollen pistil interaction or the species interaction. ये हम part देख चुके हैं when you talk about the tapetum function. Now, next point, when you talk about the point, which is the last point, which is coming under the exine layer. This exine layer basically it has this sublayer. So we are talking about, that is exine. Exine, it has sublayer. Exine basically it has sublayer. So what is meaning of the sublayer? When you talk about the any layer, that is exine layer, so that exine layer they divide into three different layers. Again, they are divided into, because sublayer means what? I just try to explain what is meaning of the sublayer. Okay? So we are talking about what is the sublayer meaning. ये one layer है. These are the one layer. Okay? Now we are representing the another structure. Suppose so something a blue color. I just represent with the help of the blue color, so it's easy to nomenclature them. So I using this something different color because it's a name, it's different. So I use this something a blue color. On the top we are using something different color because again the name is different, like this something. Okay? So I'm simply giving the name. Whatever I use, number one color कौन सा है? Basically we are using the beige color. That first one, it is like a base, it's like a foot. So this structure, it is called as the foot layer. First layer, that is a foot layer. Now the blue color, this one, it's the number second. Basically that middle layer, which is having something a stack like structure, that is called as the bacula. That layer, it is called as the bacula layer. And the topmost, which is represented by this red color. So I'm giving the number third, that is called as the tectum. Which layer? Tectum. So I'm using, again remember this, all these three layers, these are the three layers. Basically it is a sub layer of exine. All these are the layers, these are the sub layer of exine layer. So हमने discuss किया exine, basically these are the outermost layer, right? But that exine also they divide into three types. If they are present on the base, that is called as the foot layer. If like a middle, they are called as the bacula, and on the topmost there is a presence of the tectum. Whatever we are writing here, that sub layer part, this sub layer, it is only for your need point of view, it's not included for your board. Just remember they are having sub layer. Even no need to remember name also, means foot layer, bacula, tectum, no need. Just remember, yes, exine, they are having this something a sub layer, means they are again divided into different layer. Got it? So do you understand the exine layer? Exine layer, these are the hard layer, thick layer, protein present, that is called as a compatible protein, which is responsible for the species interaction. And the next point, there is a exine, it has this sub layer. And what is meaning of this sub layer? They again divide into sub layers like foot layer, like bacula, like tectum. Done? Any doubt? Soumya, Vedant, Isha, Aisha, Eva. ठीक है. Chalo. So now quickly we talk about the another part, that is with respect to intine layer. Just we discuss intine, basically it is just flexible, they are having the tensile strength. So obviously if I'm talking about what is the nature, so obviously they are having thin, it's very thin, right? And the another point, particular sublayer, that sublayer, they are totally absent.
So they don't have any layering method. Even they don't have any compatible protein also. So next point, there is a compatible protein also absent. Compatible reaction or compatible protein, they are also absent. Simple. So thin egg, obviously. So they don't have any compatibility reaction, and even they don't have any some kind of the sublayers. Clear this point? Do you understand what is the meaning of this sporoderm, exine layer as well as the intine layer? Should I continue next point? Okay, chalo. Now we have to just focus only one layer, that is a tectum. We are only talking about the tectum. So differentiation part is over. We have to only focus only the layer of the exine, that is a tectum. Basically, when we are talking about the tectum, they are having something a sculpturing structure. Sculpture. What is meaning of this sculpture word? When you read module, you will get some word that is it has this something a sculpture structure. So I'm underline or I'm creating one box for the same. What is meaning of this sculpturing structure? Sculpturing structure means what? They are having something, what we say, they are having something a different structure. Like this, suppose कि कुछ structure like this, that is a foot layer. Now there is a presence of these are the bacula, and on the top there is a presence of the tectum. Sometimes tectum basically it is a spiny, so these are called as this something a spiny tectum. So ये पहला top हो गया because they are having something a different structure. Now in some time what happen, foot layer present है, suppose these are the foot layer, again there is a bacula and something different shape of that tectum. So suppose you can say कुछ इस तरह से shape है, like this. So something like this. So this shape basically it is called as, these are the number second, there is a peated shape. It has the peated shape tectum. And sometime what happen, in some species, plant species, something a different type of the tectum is there. It's depend upon species to species or family to family. So in some cases what happen, कुछ इस तरह से present है, like this. So it's having something a globular structure, oval shape, or inside the structure there is a something like this, very complex structure. So these are the third type. Basically it is called as the reticulate. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि leaf in dicot leaf they are having the reticulate venation. Reticulate means what? Something a network forming. Similarly, we are talking about in this characteristic also there is a presence of reticulate tectum. Reticulate tectum. So now what is the meaning of, I'm talking about only tectum. Tectum is what? Tectum basically these are the outermost layer of exine, right? These are the outermost layer of the exine, and shape of the tectum it is vary family to family of the plant, genus to genus of the plant, or sometimes species to species it is get vary. So sometimes they are having spiny shape, sometimes they are having something a peated shape, sometimes they are having the reticulate shape. So we are talking about such sculptural structure. So tectum basically they are having the something a sculptural structure, and this sculptural structure it is help in identification of, it is help in identification of species, genus, family for study purpose. For a study purpose. So on the basis of that sculpture, you can find out they are belonging to same species or they are belonging to same genus or same family. So for this study purpose, that sculpture play very important role. Got it? Any doubt from the tectum layer? Tectum basically the outermost layer of the exine, and that tectum they are having something a sculpture structure due to sporopollen, because you know sporopollen is very hard structure. So due to that sporopollenin, they create a sculpture. So sculpture they are having different shape. Spiny hoga, peated hoga, reticulate hoga, and that shape basically display very important role for the study purpose. So these two plant or these two pollen, they belonging to same species or same family or different family. So you can easily study. Then चलो. Now we are talking about again important question. What is the significance if sporopollenin is absent in exine layer? So write down the title, new point. We are talking about one significance. So we are talking about significance. Significance of absence or absent of sporopollenin. Absent of sporopollenin in exine layer. And there is a one important significance. If there is a sporopollenin absent in exine layer, it is helpful for pollen tube or pollen or germ pore formation. So basically it is helpful for germ pore formation. So what is meaning of the germ pore? We'll see this part quickly. So it has the significance. Okay. Now, so first of all, we are talking about what is the significance with respect to dicot as well as the monocot, and what is meaning of this germ pore. Basically what happened when we are talking about the germ pore, basically this germ pore, it is further gives rise to pollen tube. Further the development, they convert it into pollen tube formation. So first of all we are talking about, suppose ये significance है, and that significance basically that is a sporopollenin is absent. One significant, that is sporopollenin is absent towards the outer wall of the pollen. So what is the use? What is the benefit of that? So we try to understand individually what is the benefit in case of the dicotyledon as well as the monocotyledon. So please divide your page into two parts. First of all, we are talking about sporopollenin. If there is an absent, what will be the result in dicot? And we similarly we compare this point. What will be the happen if that sporopollenin is absent in monocot pollen? Okay. Now next point. So when we are talking about, just we discuss, if there is an absence of sporopollenin in exine layer, these are the area where they responsible for one structure, that is a germ pore. What we obtain? We obtain a germ pore. So simply we are talking about in case of the dicot, even in case of the monocot. So if sporopollenin is absent, please continue the writing. If sporopollenin is absent, it's responsible for formation of pollen tube or germ pore. Actually पहले germ pore देखते हैं. So if sporopollenin is absent, it is responsible for germ pore formation. This is the first point. Okay, germ pore formation. These are the first point. Similarly, in case of the monocot, if that material, hard material, thick material, that is sporopollenin. So when that sporopollenin is absent, so that absent of this sporopollenin, it is responsible for formation of the germinal furrow. Two different names. In case of the dicot, you have to use the word germ pore. But when you compare this point with respect to monocot, so in case of the monocot, sporopollenin is absent and it's responsible for germinal furrow formation. It is responsible for germinal furrow formation. Okay. So remember one thing, in case of the dicot, you have to use the word germ pore. In case of the monocot, you have to use the word, there is a germinal furrow. Now, Next point, we are talking about what is a shape. So basically, germ pore in case of the dicot, it has circular shape. It has something a circular shape. But when you compare this point with respect to germinal furrow, these are the lens shape in monocot. Germinal furrow, basically these are the lens shape. Lens shape means something like this. जिस तरह से होगा structure. Elongated like this. So it is having something a lens shape. Circular means similar like this. It is having something a circular shape. Okay. Now, next point we are talking about the number. So when we are talking about germ pore, total 3 germ spore are present in dicot. 3 germ spore are present. That's why it is called as. It is called as tricolpate type. Tricolpate type of germ pore. One question, fixed question. How many germ spore are present? So total how many germ spore are present in dicot? Total 3 germ spores are present. And similarly, when you talk about in case of the monocot, how many germinal furrows are present? So single germinal furrow is present. Only one germinal furrow present. That's why that single germinal furrow is called as monocolpate type of germinal furrow. Mono that is single. Monocolpate type of germinal furrow. Okay? So these are the 3 basic differences between the dicot and the monocot, where we are talking about if exine layer they lack this poropolline. So what is the benefit of that? So we are talking about what is the function of that germ pore. Common function which is applicable for dicot as well as the monocot. So the last point, the function with respect to germ pore. So basically that germ pore, it is responsible for pollen tube formation. You can say germ pore, or you can say germinal furrow. Or germinal furrow, both they are gives rise to, is responsible for pollen tube formation. It's a common function. Got it? So any doubt from the same part? So in case of the dicot, basically we are talking, we'll see the diagrammatic representation also, but right now it's a one important significance. Sometimes you know very well, exine it is very hard structure, but how that pollen tube they are showing growth. Reason kya is na? Because there is some places, suppose in case of the dicot, total 3 places are there where that sporopollen is absent, and that sporopollen where this absent is are called as a simply germ pore, and from the germ pore basically that pollen tube they start growth. Similarly, in case of the monocot, there is a single layer is there, single place is there, that is called as the germinal furrow, which is a lens shape, where sporopollen is absent, and that is the area where pollen tube they start growth. Clear? Any doubt from the what is the significance if sporopollen is absent in exine layer? Okay, Vedant, good. Riya, Ruana, Vedant, Aisha, Arya. Okay, done? Chalo. So quickly we are taking a diagrammatic representation for the dicot. So you will get idea. So before starting the diagram, just imagine one thing. Inner layer of the pollen is flexible. Got it? Inner layer of the pollen is flexible. and that's why they are showing extension, they are showing growth. So first of all, I'm talking about a simple pollen. So pollen basically it has one layer, is a spherical shape basically. One basically, these are called as the intine layer, and towards the outer side there is a presence of the exine. But at the some places where sporopollenin is absent. Suppose we represent like this. हाँ शामिंग क्या चाहिए this function? Okay, once you done, tell me. We just draw the one single diagrammatic representation how that pollen tube they start growth. It's a common function for both. Okay, so chalo. So we are drawing about the structure of the pollen. ठीक है, अब ये जो रीजन है ना, this one specifically, which is represented by this green color, these are the region where sporopollen is absent. So suppose this one basically it is a red color, and that red color basically it is a exine layer, and you know very well exine layer, these are made up by this sporopollen. Now this blue color, these are the intine layer, which is a flexible due to pectin layer, right? And the ploidy level basically is a haploid because it is a single pollen grain. So ploidy level of this pollen, that is a haploid. So that's why we draw the simple nucleus here. Second. So simply we draw one single nucleus here. Simply these are the single nucleus. And the ploidy, that is a haploid in nature. So it is a typical structure of pollen. Okay, and more specifically dicot pollen. Why dicot pollen? Because how many germ spore are there? Total 3. So number 1, number 3, number 2, and the number 3. So these are the total 3 germ spore are present. Right? So this typical structure, whatever we represent here, 1, 2, 3, these are the area that is called as the germ pore. And what is the specificity with respect to germ pore? The germ pore basically the material sporopollenin is absent. Okay, this material sporopollen is absent. Also in case of the dicot pollen, total 3 germ spore are present. So there is a probability from any places, मतलब जैसे pollen grain land होगा, according to that they start showing the growth. So ये था first diagram. Now what happened when that pollen attached to the correct stigma? Stigma, that is a part of the female flower, right? So when that pollen they attach to the correct plant stigma, that time they start the pollen tube germination. So how it is possible? It is possible because of the intine layer, because this intine layer it is a flexible. It's provide the tensile strength due to pectin material. So now what happen? ये जो intine layer होगा, that intine layer it will be exposed. ये हम आगे देखेंगे. When that pollen grain they land on the stigma provide the water. Stigma provide the water, and due to that water, that pollen they get swell, and due to that swelling, slowly basically that intine layer they should be exposed outside. So how it is look? Just look like this. ये blue color का line है, that is called as the intine layer. This one. From the third number pollen germ pore, it will be start growth of pollen tube. So now it will be start the growth of pollen tube. We are taking the same diagram, no change. But जहाँ पे germ pore था, third number germ pore, at the same place we just start growing the pollen tube. So rest of the structure is same होगा. Suppose यहाँ पे green color है, this one. Number 1 germ pore, Number second, germ pore, and the entire layer, they should be covered with the sporopollen. That is which layer? That is the exine layer, like this. So this layer, it is called as the exine layer, where sporopollen is present. Now this structure, it is called as, these are the 1, these are the 2. So these are the structure, nothing but it's a germ pore. So in case of the dicot, total 3 germ spore are present. But remember, out of the 3, any one they are showing the growth. तीनों के तीनों growth नहीं होते. Out of the 3, any one they are showing the growth which is exactly near to this stigma. So now what happened? This pollen tube, nothing but these are the something extension of intine layer. Agree? क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? These are the something extension of intine layer. And why only intine? Because intine layer, they're having pectin, and due to their pectin, they are showing the flexibility. Got it? Do you understand what is going on? Any doubt how that pollen or germ pore, it is responsible for growth of pollen tube? Germ pore, these are the area where sporopollen is absent. Similarly, in case of the monocot, you have to use the word germinal furrow. Germinal furrow, these are the area where sporopollen is absent, and these are the area, these are the favorable area where pollen tube, they expose outside, they are showing growth. Agree? Any doubt how that pollen tube, they are showing the growth? It's coming under significance point. Significance if sporopollen is absent. ठीक है, पहले डायग्राम कवर करो. Once you done with diagram, please tell me, and please use the color pens, not for your paper, but at least for my class, please you have to use the color pens, so you will get the clear cut imagination. Okay, Soumya. Okay, Arya, done. Chalo. Yeah, so these are the all information about pollen. So next point we are talking about pollen viability and the pollen preservation. Again, very simple, single question for the NEET point of view. So write down next point, there is a pollen viability. Pollen viability. Viability, its meaning, that is a time period where pollen grain, they should be remain functionally active. So what is meaning of the pollen viability? Simple, straightforward definition. Time period where pollen grain functionally active. Functionally active means what? They should be interact with the stigma. They should be showing the movement towards the embryo sac, that is towards the female, towards the egg. They should be performing a successful fertilization. So that's why they should be functionally active. So that time period, basically it is called as the pollen viability. Okay, remember this thing. Such, when you talk about the pollen viability, means what is the time period? Matlab, some pollens, they are active for the few minutes, some pollen, they should be active from the several months. So that viability, that activeness, it is depend upon two factors. It is depend upon two factors. Number one, extrinsic factor. Another one, intrinsic factor. So first of all, it is depend upon the some internal factor that is called as the intrinsic factor. First factor we are talking about, that is the intrinsic factor, right? And intrinsic factor nothing but we are talking about at the gene level. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि gene है और there is a DNA is present. So something is information is reside on DNA or on chromosome. So that factor is called as the intrinsic factor. Intrinsic means what? Internal factor. ठीक है? What is meaning of the intrinsic? Internal factor. If you want, you can write down. Something an internal factor should be there. Similarly, when you compare this point, there's just some external factors should be there. That is called as the extrinsic factor. Some other factor, there is an extrinsic factor. And that extrinsic factor also called as the external one. Okay, external factor. And in this point of view, in this extrinsic factor, simply we are taking this some example like temperature. Temperature also they can affect on the pollen viability. Even humidity also they can affect on the pollen viability. Yes, Sachin. So one question, which extrinsic factor responsible, how means which extrinsic or the which external factor they affect on the pollen viability? Two factors are important. Number one, temperature, another one that is the humidity. Okay, temperature, humidity, both they affect the pollen viability. So we are talking about the one neat favorite question with example. Suppose if you are taking one Poaceae family, that is, suppose you are taking a wheat plant or you are taking the rice plant. So rice and wheat, both they are belonging to Poaceae family. Poaceae family means grass family. Okay, means monocot family actually. So specifically we are talking about that is a wheat as well as the rice. In this condition, pollen viability is just 30 minutes. One important question, option में 30 सेकेंड होगा, option में 30 minutes होगा, in option 30 hours should be there, 30 month also there. So correct answer 30 minute. Remember this point. Okay, कितना टाइम है? Just 30 minutes, and or you can say that is a 1.5 hour. So pollen viability for wheat and the rice, they are having the just 30 minutes. But when you compare this point with other plant like Solanaceae family, Rosaceae family, leguminous plant or Fabaceae family, so one by one we are writing the all. Suppose कि कोई families है like Solanaceae. Solanaceae family means potato family. If you want, you can write down. Yes, so Solanaceae, that is potato family. Now Fabaceae family. Fabaceae means like beans, like pea plant, all they are coming under the Fabaceae family. Even when we are talking about Rosaceae family, Rosaceae, that is a rose family, rose flower. Rosaceae family. And the next example, Leguminaceae family. Leguminaceae, that is a leguminous plant. Leguminaceae family. So all these Solanaceae, Fabaceae, Leguminaceae, the viability basically is for several months. Several months. Okay. So one question, that is definitely question from the wheat and the rice, where they are having viability just only 30 minutes. So whatever we are writing about the viability, these are the 30 minutes, these are the pollen viability, and even we are talking about viability several months in case of the Solanaceae, Fabaceae, even Rosaceae as well as the Leguminaceae family. Okay, it's a viability, pollen viability actually. Pollen viability. Done. Chalo. Next one again neat favorite question. What is meaning of the pollen preservation or pollen bank? So can you hear me? Can you hear me now? So next point we are talking about, that is a pollen bank. Pollen bank also called as the preservation. Preservation of pollen. Write down. Preservation of the pollen. Now when we are talking about this preservation of the pollen, this technique it is called as the cryopreservation. So the name of the technique, cryo that is chilled, very cool temperature. Cryopreservation technique. एक second, the screen is not visible, ma'am. It's visible. Maybe you have the network issue. Okay, Soumya. Soumya, Arya, just check your connectivity. Okay, okay. 1 second. I'll again share. Please share karte. Wait. It's hardly required 2 seconds. Okay, Kamakshi. Okay. So we are talking about pollen bank. Pollen bank also called as the preservation of the pollen. Cryopreservation, and this specific technique that is called as the cryopreservation technique. Cryopreservation. Cryopreservation nothing but that is storage of pollen in liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees Celsius. Cryopreservation technique nothing but that is a preservation, storage of pollen. And remember one thing, cryopreservation technique, it is not only for the pollen preservation. You can use for the seed, you can use for the stem cells, even sperm, even egg, any kind of the cell. Because see, if you want to arrest that cell, arrest matlab kya karna hai, that cell should be metabolically stopped. So that time you can use that cryopreservation technique. So cryopreservation technique, in this point of view, we are talking about storage of pollen in liquid nitrogen. Storage of pollen in liquid nitrogen at temperature minus 196 degrees Celsius. So last year, NEET 2020, there is one question, what is the temperature for liquid nitrogen? So please remember, temperature for the liquid nitrogen, it is minus 196. आपने देखा भी होगा, there is a lots of videos are there, means there something of continuously foam is going on, means something fog, not foam, sorry, something is fog is going on, like that. So why this happening? This because of the liquid nitrogen. So liquid nitrogen, it has the temperature that is a minus 196 degrees Celsius. One question from NEET 2020. Got it? And one more thing, remember this point. In this liquid nitrogen, there is a technique, it is called as a cryopreservation. Cryopreservation means something is very chilled, something is very cool. Kitna temperature hai? Minus 196 degrees Celsius. So in that temperature, you have to stop the metabolic activities of the cell. यहाँ पे हमने pollen store किया है. You can store egg cell, you can store stem cells, egg cell, sperm, other kind, any kind of the cell you can store. So that technique, it is called as the cryopreservation. And what is the temperature? That is minus 196 degrees Celsius. So one ingredient which is used in cryopreservation technique, that is a liquid nitrogen. Along with liquid nitrogen, during the cryopreservation technique, glycerol or DMSO, that is dimethyl sulfoxide. Dimethyl sulfoxide, that is DMSO. DMSO. So you can either use a glycerol or you can use a DMSO. So for this storage, first ingredient, liquid nitrogen. Another ingredient, either you can use a glycerol or you can use a DMSO. So glycerol or DMSO also used to prevent crystal formation. To prevent crystal formation. एक second, the lagging over here. So it's a function of DMSO or the glycerol. So I'm repeating this point again because I know it's a new point for you. Cryopreservation technique hai. In that technique, you can store anything, any living organism or any living small cell, tissue, organ you can store. First ingredient, liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen, it has the temperature that is -1, means that liquid nitrogen you have to store under -196 degrees Celsius. It is a fixed temperature for the cryopreservation. Along with liquid nitrogen, you have to mix either glycerol or you can mix the DMSO. So what is the function of glycerol or DMSO? That glycerol and the DMSO, they can form a layer, because see, living organism आपको store करना है, or you have to store a pollen or any cell. So they should be have a water. If there is a water at 0 degrees Celsius or below 0 degrees Celsius, they should be converted into ice. Agar ice में convert हुआ, so they can form a crystal. So due to that ice crystal, now they can damage a structure of organelle, they can damage plasma membrane, they can damage cell wall, they can damage DNA protein structure. So to avoid that damage, to avoid that crystal formation, inside the cell, inside along with the liquid nitrogen, you have to mix the material glycerol or you have to mix the material DMSO. So what is the function of that glycerol or the DMSO? It's prevent crystal formation, because you have to store a living cell. Agar living cell hai, so they should have a water. At that temperature, that water should be converted into ice, and ice nothing but they can form a crystal. They can damage protein structure, they can damage enzyme structure, they can damage plasma membrane of that pollen. So to avoid that condition, to avoid that crystal formation, you should add glycerol or DMSO. Got it? So again, there is one question from the preservation technique, that is a cryopreservation. Any doubt? Clear? Janashri, ठीक है? अच्छा, crystal clear, Harya. Okay, ठीक है, चलो. So these are the neat favorite questions, and for the board also these questions are similar. So please remember this point. Now we are talking about something, a special condition in pollen grain. Last point of the pollen. Write down the title. Something a special condition means something you can say in something exception cases also. Means it is not present in all pollen. We have the few examples, and these special conditions are present. So we are writing the title, special condition in pollen grain. Write down the title. ठीक है? पहला condition, tetride microspore. Tetride microspore. Tetride microspore means what? You know very well. Microspore mother cell, they converted into tetride microspore. What is meaning of the tetride microspore? Like this. That microspore, they should be attached with dot layer. So can you tell me which layer? So there is a formation of, these are the pollen. Total 4 pollens are there, which is haploid in nature. But all this pollen, they still connected with one layer. So anyone, can you tell me what is the layer name? Yes, Isha, Eva. अरे बाबा ईशा सुनो, कैलेज अगर suffix ASE आ रहा है ना, if there is a suffix is ASE, it means that there is an enzyme. It is a fixed rule. Okay, whatever you are talking about the calase is an enzyme. because suffix क्या है? Suffix basically is a ASE. Please remember all the students. Arya, it's wrong dear. Calase enzyme है. If there is a suffix ASE, जैसे हम कहते हैं pectinase, cellulase, like or another saying that is a peptidase, proteinase. So all the suffix they are having ASE. अगर ASE suffix है, that is an enzyme. We are already studied that layer. It is called as a which layer? That is a callose layer, which is a carbohydrate, similar like a carbohydrate. ये callose layer है, not calase. गड़बड़ मत करो यार. हाँ, calase if suffix is ASE, that is enzyme. Good. चलो, that is a callose layer. So you know very well, most of the time what happen? पहले था microspore mother cell. That microspore mother cell they convert into tetrad microspore. Now that callose layer degrade hoga and individually 4 pollen grains they get formed. But we are talking about some exception cases where tetrad microspore is present. It means that 4 microspore they are not separated from each other. So we are talking about tetrad microspore. These are the condition. So this tetrad microspore, it is not separated. Tetrad microspore, it is not separated from each other. It means that callose layer, it is not degrade. That is the layer. That layer it is called as the callose. Callose basically is something which is a carbohydrate layer, right? So that callose layer is not degraded. Generally degrade hona chahiye, but in special condition it is not degraded. So that time, that special condition, it is called as compound pollen. That special condition is called as which layer? Which pollen? That special condition is called as the compound pollen. So please underline the word, please box the layer, that is a compound pollen. What is meaning of the compound pollen? Compound pollen means what? That tetrad microspore is present. There is a presence of the tetrad microspore. So if you want, you can write down your title as a like this. आप इस तरह से भी title दे सकते हो, as a compound pollen. So if you want, you can give the title. First point, special condition, that is a compound pollen. And what is meaning of the compound pollen? That is tetrad microspore, it is not separated from each other. That is callose layer, it is not degraded. That's what is called as the compound pollen. And here these are the diagram for the compound pollen. You can say compound pollen or you can say tetrad microspore. दोनों का meaning same है. Got it? And we are taking few example because it is something a special condition. It is not present in all plant. So these are the special condition. It is present in few plant like Drosera. ये जो point है ना special condition, it is only for NEET. Please remember, it's only for NEET. This part is not included for your board exam. It's only for the NEET. So we are talking about few example. Number 1, Drosera. Number 2, that is a Taffa. Again, there is something a Juncus also there. Elodia big example hai. Drimys also there is one example. So I'm not writing the all. I'm just writing the few. So Drimys, etc., etc. So if you refer the module, you will get lots of example. So first, this is something a special condition. After the microsporogenesis, pollen, they are not separated from each other. They still intact with each other, and that intact nature, it is called as a compound pollen, where callose layer, it is not degraded. Clear? Okay, Vedant. So second special condition, tetragonal anther. And that tetragonal anther is called as the polyneme. So write down the second special condition, polyneme. That is polyneme actually. Group mein hoga to we are say that is a polyneme. What is meaning of the polyneme? Now, when you talk about anther, they should be tetragonal. हमने देखा था पहले, because see, single anther, they are having the two lobe, that is a two chamber, right? Inside that two chamber, two lobe, total 4 microsporangia are present. Agree? That is called as the tetragonal structure. So what happened? What is meaning of the pollinium? All pollen grain present, which present in one microsporangia. I'll represent diagram also for the same, but पहले समझ लो. All the pollen grain which is present in one microsporangia, total 4 microsporangia present होंगे. Out of that 4, we are considering only one. So all the pollen grain present in one microsporangia, which is present in one microsporangia, they formed a mass like structure. सारे के सारे join होंगे, so they form a mass like structure due to joining. Due to joining of all pollen. Due to joining of all pollen. So that typical structure, it is called as pollinium structure. The typical structure is called as the pollinium. So how to remember this? Okay. So I am representing the simple diagram. ये suppose कि ये हमारा anther है, which is a bilobed, and the tetrasporangia like this. So remember, हम ऐसे ही कुछ draw करते थे, right? So these are the typical structure of the anther. Now you know very well, these are the two lobe, and inside the two lobe, total how many microsporangia are present? Total 4 microsporangia. So it's a number 1, number 2, number 3, and the number 4. Now what happened? Suppose if you consider any one, you can consider number 1, you can consider number 2, कोई भी consider करो. Whatever the pollen grains are present in a single microsporangia. In a single microsporangia. So now what happened? All that pollen grains, they join with each other, and due to joining they form a cluster, they form a mass. So that mass, it is called as the pollinium. Got it? So ये जो बना, specifically we are talking about, these are the typical structure. That structure, it is called as the pollinium. ये भी जो structure बना, that structure also called as the pollinium. Again, when you talk about ये जो structure बना, all the microsporangia pollen grain, they get joined. So this structure also called as the pollinium. And this last one, these are also called as the pollinium. Got it? So now, can you tell me, in typical plant, suppose these are the condition, suppose these are the condition, it's special condition, that is pollinium, it is present in plant Calotropis. You have to remember this example because in this chapter, lots of time we repeated this example, Calotropis, Calotropis, and even in case of the orchid plant also, they are having such kind of the structure. Two example, Calotropis and the orchid, where sporopollenin is present. So can you tell me, in typical plant, how many, means in single anther, how many polliniums are present? In a single anther. Suppose if you consider a single anther, or the single stamen, or the single androecium, how many pollinium is absent, present or possible? Pollinium, okay? How many polliniums are possible? Yes, Isha, that is a 4, right? So one question from this point, when you talk about the Calotropis or the orchid, single anther, it has total 4 number of pollinium. Total 4 pollinium. So do you understand what is meaning of the pollinium? Do you understand? See, individual hai. If you are talking about the single pollen grain, means they are individual, they are very lightweight. But when we are talking about the pollinium basically all the pollen grain, they join with each other, they form a mass. So what is, can you tell me molecular weight kaise hoga? They are lightweight or they are quite heavy? So can you tell me that pollinium, what is the relation with molecular weight? They are lightweight or they are heavy? Yes. So now what happened? Next point, when we are talking about that all the polonium, they are heavy. They are having the heavy structure because all the pollen grains, they join with each other. That's why they form a heavy structure. So remember the word heavy because next point is related to that heaviness. Okay? Chalo. Next, I hope this point is clear, all of you. If you understand the polonium concept, then you can understand the third special condition, that is a translator. Chalo, good. So number third, we are talking about there is a translator. Special condition. Translator. So again, I am writing example same hoga. There is a calotropis. Calotropis. Same example repeat ho raha hai. So what is meaning of the translator? Basically, translator, it's a quite heavy structure. Okay? So first of all, I'll draw the same structure. Suppose it's not looking good. एक सेकेंड. तो ये एंथर का पार्ट हो गया. 1 microsporangia, 2 microsporangia, 3 microsporangia, 4 microsporangia. ठीक है? Inside this microsporangia, now there is a presence of pollens. They should attach with each other. ठीक है? So this typical structure, this called as the polonium. It's called as the polonium. Now what happened? This polonium, basically they are having something a thread-like structure. So first part and number part, that is a polonium, and you know very well polonium is in single microsporangia, all the pollen grains, they should attach with each other. Now this same polonium, they are having something a thread-like structure. Suppose like this. Like this. Which I just draw very nicely. So these are the number 2 structure, that is a B. B nothing but it is called as the cadicles. Cadicles. Cadicles nothing but something a thread-like structure. It's a thread-like structure. Okay. Polonium means what? It's a group of or mass of pollen grain. Mass लिखते हैं, that's a better word. It's a mass of pollen who join with each other. Now what happened? At the near the mouth, यहाँ पे, when they get joined, there is a presence of something a disc-like structure. So these are the number 3, third part. It is called as, everything is for neat point of view. Okay, no need to remember all this name, but you have to remember what is meaning of the translator. So this name basically is called as carpusculum. So polonium, then cadicle, and third one, that is carpusculum. Carpusculum nothing but is something a disc-like structure. एक second. It's visible? Okay. So when we are talking about there is corpusculum nothing but it is something a disc-like structure. And you can see in image also it's something a disc-like structure. So ये जो part है ना A, B, C, that is number 1 pollinium, number 2 thread-like structure, that is caducles, and then number 3 corpusculum, that is disc-like structure. Collectively these are called as translator. Got it? Collectively these are called as the translator, and please remember translator, it is a quite heavy structure which is pollinated by only insect. So when we are talking about typical structure, there is a translator. These three parts they join with each other and they form a typical structure, that is a translator. And this translator, it is a heavy structure. Please underline this word. Already polonium is heavy. उसके साथ साथ ये thread like structure भी add हो गया. Now the disc like structure also they get added. And now what happened? They form a heavy. So when you talk about such plant, there is a calotropis where they have the translator. So due to that translator, which is a heavy, so pollination. What is meaning of the pollination? What is meaning of the pollination? So pollination occur with the help of this pollination occur with the help of insect. So who involved? Insect, they are involved for the pollination. What is meaning of the pollination? Arya, Ria. Pollination means what? Suppose some wind through pollen grain they get transfer. Yes. Pollen grain transfer with the help of the wind, with the help of the water, maybe with the help of the birds, maybe with the help of the insect, with the help of the honeybees. Means कोई भी involved हो सकता है. So they act as a carrier. They just carry, they just transfer pollen grain. So remember one thing, in calotropis, pollination occur with the help of insect. Reason is what? Translator. Translator is quite heavy. With the help of the water, with the help of the wind, it is not possible to carry, to move from one place to another place. So translator, where the translator it is get involved, that time always remember insect through pollination occur. And such mechanism where translator get involved, insect they are get involved for the pollination, such mechanism it is called as clip mechanism or translator mechanism. It is called as the translator mechanism or clip mechanism. Just 1 second, okay? We'll finish this part. Mechanism. So do you understand what is meaning of the pollinium and the translator? Everyone? Okay, fine. Chalo, good. So from the next class, yeah. So any doubt from the today's class? From the next class, we'll start with the development of the male gametophyte. How that pollen grain they produce male gamete. Okay, chalo. Yeah, good. So keep learning, keep revising previous part. When you are coming for the next, please revise the previous one. And I think you got assignment for the chapter. This chapter you got any assignment? Isha, did you got any assignment for this chapter? Okay, no, now. Okay, fine. Okay. So right now I'm sharing the one assignment. So you will get some section A, section B, section C, section D questions. Try to solve. See, सारे questions अभी solve नहीं होंगे. Once you complete that entire chapter, you can able to solve all kind of this question. But right now, when you are having some means we are talking about the male reproductive part, right? So you can solve questions related to only those part. Just try it. Okay, chalo. So with this we end today's session. From the next class, we'll start with male gametophyte. How that pollen grain, the development, they're responsible for development of male gametes. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.